Hello, how you doing? I'm Francis McCarthy here, and gonna bring another painting. Sorry, no trademark beret today. It is really getting hot. I don't know what the temperature is. What is the temperature? Do you mind? I mean, it's probably winter where you are, so you're like, curses. Curse you. Well, 12 degrees, right? Burlingame. That's 12 degrees in California right now. Don't know what it is here. Okay, will do. Will do. Google overlords. I guess not for long, actually. New information. It won't go right. Wow, 27 degrees. It's getting hot. Too hot for the beret. Yep. So you just enjoy my, just got a haircut, enjoy it. Yep. And, okay, so this is a painting we're going to go after. This is a scene I set up a while back. Actually, unlike a lot of, or almost everything I do, this is based on some random screenshot. Don't know who or from where, and it's probably a good thing because it was random. And then I took this thing for so many rides, and what I ended up with is this kind of purple, yellow complementary thing, which I've been looking forward to painting. It's on a pretty big board. Is that light in your face? Holy cow, it is. Sorry, I was looking to get the glare off the board. Yeah, it's a little bigger than I usually work, so this will be a bit of an experiment, but we'll get through. So I'm going to do some my drawing stage as per usual. I'm going to use this brush. That's a Signet Robert Simmons series number 4. Nice brush. I did some little edges on some of these little figurative things. I have lots of videos of the figurative things, but I don't know, it's just like YouTube has me worried with all their child stuff and whatever is going on. I don't even want to go there. I mean, artists have been painting the nude figure for as long as there's been artists, but whatever. I just, it's a complicating factor. I do have a nude channel. You can find it. And one day I may start sharing these on that channel, or I might just decide one day, heck with it, I'm going to put them on my Michael McCarthy channel, because that's the name of my channel. Anyway, enough preamble. Don't want to waste your time. Gonna need some oil here. Yeah, no beret, sorry. I kind of like the beret too, because it sends a signal to other people that work here that I'm doing videos and stuff. But, oh, ball. I got a fan right on me. Sorry for that noise. Sorry for the traffic noise. I bought a microphone from Amazon and it doesn't really work, and I'm really not happy about that. I'll be taking steps tonight to return it. Although it was so cheap, it probably cost me more to ship it back. But I will, because I don't like cheap crap. This pisses me off. Yeah, I blame myself though for being cheap. I should have just gone with something nicer. Anyway, here we go. Got my colors pre-mixed. Most everything is like a very, very limited palette. In fact, you'd have to say, what's the difference between that and that? Sometimes I do that. This has got a little more red in it, maybe. Anyway, it's super limited, as you can see. And I'm not sure that this yellow is exactly like what I want there, but it's close enough. We got black, we got raw umber, we've got yellow ochre, a little bit of this cad yellow. We got some titanium white, not much of the lead white because I tend to bring the lead white in a little later. Oh, I'm out of this. I'm out. Come on. Yeah. Now a lot of these colors are mixed with the burnt sienna from Dale Rowney. Oh, look at all that oil splits. Oh well, we'll make it work. we'll make it all work. Anyway, I think it's a pretty exciting scene. I haven't had it in mind for a while. I've had this board I had prepped. It's a dark one again. Probably prepped months and months ago. It'll be alright. It'll be appropriate. Okay, so, and you notice I like to get all the colors. You hear that fan noise, you hear the car noise. Hopefully you'll hear me clearly. I just noticed the last couple of videos, I was like, hold on a minute, that microphone's not even using it. When it did seem to work the first time, there was a time delay from my vocal to the video. Very short, it's too short to ever adjust. Alright, so we thinned it with some medium. I'm just going to work with some thin black. And I don't need these glasses. This is a case too where my little T-square is a little on the short side. But, so there's no actual straight lines in this, but still, I kind of want to have my bearings. I'm feeling like so the vision is there. I won't be making it super heavy. We'll just run along with that. Wipe. It's not bad with this fan right on me, so I know you can hear me. Yeah, you can hear me. We're due for another live. I did put up a redo. I did a redo this week too, which should be, I don't know. I like that as part of the gun. I don't need that super heavy. I just need it there. Yeah. Just need it there. And truth be told, there's this pretty soggy and wet on my brush. I'll just wipe off some of that extra and get going here. Now, this is one thing about this reference that sort of perturbs me. Okay, I can see it there. There's a subtle bend here. We're gonna need to do that. We need to make it way less subtle. Don't be a slave to your reference. Don't be a slave at all. Be free. Right? Interesting how this works. And now this bit of grass there, yeah, don't want that. It looks great in the photo, but don't put things into your painting that people ask, what's that? I know I've said this before. I've said everything before. This is like video number 551 or something. Who knows? There's a lot of videos. A lot of times I do this stage with my little number 2, but not today. Yeah, I think that could be a little thinner. Pretty easy to kind of erase. I do want this bit of grass in the middle of the road. I think that works. Because we know with these vehicles or carts or whatever, they're going to use some grass in the middle. That's nice. Now the zoom out. Meaning I just lean back. Sometimes in the past you might have seen me just throw a T-square down and do this kind of thing, but I can do it either way. This is where you use the back of your brush. That's why you have these long brushes. It makes it much easier to do these kind of verticals. And again, like I've stressed a million times, you've got to simplify. Even something like this, which seems pretty simple, there's a lot of complexity there. And an amateur is going to try and paint it all in. I think they're real proud of themselves for doing so. I've seen it student after student. Oh, look what a good job I did with all that detail. Thanks. Okay, well, I told you, don't worry about the detail. One thing I might do is just make sure I'm on the straight and narrow. Not bad. Oh, not good. Holy cow. not a deal killer, but you'd be surprised, especially at an early stage like this, having something really crooked like that. I had a feeling it was crooked. Yeah, I'm sorry if you hear the music, sorry for the cars. Hopefully you're hearing me fine. I had a great plan with that microphone. Let's lay plans. Fell asunder. So back with the glasses off. Because, I mean, I was going to draw a bunch of lines here, but the truth is I don't see that many. What I really see is just a big shape, mess. And this is one reason I don't do this. Well, actually, charcoal doesn't show up very well. But even when I was using charcoal in the lighter color, I would, I still start with the brush, because the brush I can get real mass drawing. I don't want a bunch of lines. What I want is masses. Yep. Black, medium. Getting into the dog days of summer here. It's just getting real hot, real muggy, humid. I have to say, like being from California, the heat, California heat's a bit easier to deal with. It's just drier. So yeah, I like to use the side of the brush so that I can cover a lot of ground in a hurry. Some tree stuff going on. A bit fishy. Doesn't need to be totally black or anything either. We're just drawing, we're just getting our bearings. Yeah, so hey, I fixed that donation button on my channel. If you're getting some value, send me a latte. Seriously, $5, $10. $500, $1,000, buy a painting, I don't know. Help me out if you want. It's good karma. I do it. I tell you I do. I make music. There's a guy that makes these really awesome, what are called plugins in the music world. Just great. Just as great as things that are like $300 or $400. He gives everything on his store away for free and just asks for it. People support him on Patreon. I did try Patreon at one point, and I had a real good friend of the channel support me there. You know who you are. He was the only one, so I was like, yeah. It's easy to take. It's easy to justify. Take it, say, no, I'm poor or whatever, but I think the reason that we're here on the planet is really to evolve and to help other people. That's my feeling. That's some philosophy for you. So that's what I do. Anyway, I'll remind you again about the donation button. If you don't want to donate, that's okay. You can just leave a like or comment. Oh, and either way, watch the videos. I mean, there's some advertising every few months. Google will send me something, which is nice. I'm not complaining. I ain't complaining. I'm not a big popular channel. I look at some of the channels that are really big and really popular, and I go, wow, I don't really think this is that great. Not getting in any names, not dissing anyone. I'm not. I don't need to bring anyone down to make myself look bigger or better. I knew this was going to paint up good. It's already painting up good. And we're going to see it's bigger than we usually work. So what I might do is just like put up what's done to 9. And trying to avoid a 3-hour video. I know, even speaking for myself, I'll see that, oh, it's 3 hours, it's 2 hours, it's like, I don't have that kind of time, Let's go back in here. sky hole rules apply. Less is more. You can have some. You'll see me struggle with that all the time, and yeah, I struggle. I do. I had a friend over at my house last night. You know, he's a writer. He's dealing with the same stuff everyone does, working full time, trying to find time to write, trying to get better, get discouraged sometimes. And I was saying, and I've told you guys this. You've heard it from me. It's like, how do you expect to be super good if you've only written a little bit? How do you expect to be super good as a painter? You've done 10, 20, 100 paintings. Of course you want to be good, and that's the thing. I'm saying you won't be good until you work at it more. And you have to, every time you go out to paint, you have to try and hit a home run. So it can be very disheartening when you're not. But you'll have highs and lows. Anyway, I showed him this painting I did in 2011. It's just abysmal. It's just terrible. It's so overwrought, over-detailed. And the fact of the matter is the overall composition was weak. So it was silly to do all the detail and stuff I did to it. I keep it around just to remind me, like the old Roman emperors, right? You too are mortal. And you too, had humble beginnings, is what I'm saying to myself. And I keep that one. Most of my really terrible work I've destroyed because I'm concerned with legacy. It's one of the reasons why I do original art. Original paintings, that is. I think a lot of from the first guy that put a handprint on a cave wall, or maybe it was a gal. It was. Either way, it doesn't really matter. They were human. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I don't need this all totally black. I don't know how's your glare. Let me see how the glare is going for you back there. Oh, wow, we could zoom. The reason I haven't zoomed in more because I want you to be able to see the reference and how I'm breaking it down. So we'll leave it like this, and then we'll zoom in when I start getting into color and stuff. To this bunch here. I'm going to get this stronger one in. Keep in mind the frame rabbit always be closing. Coffees for closers. Coffees for closers. Always be thinking about that painting hanging up in the gallery, or even better, forget the gallery. Think about it in the home of somebody that really loves your work. That's a really rewarding part of this. People collect your work and they put it in your home. It means a lot to me. I see this tree. Okay. Just checking myself. We don't see a bunch of this. We can see some straight line bits here. More oil, more movement. Big shapes. Work off the big shapes. Always have your little detailed bits coming off the big shapes. You want to create patterns and shapes. Yeah. Hello.
Yeah.
How you doing? Good.
Have you ever had an old shopkeeper's bell? The one that hangs above the door?
We have a bell here. I don't know if it's a shopkeeper's bell. Let me have a look. Hey. And we're back. She was looking for a shopkeeper bell. Good idea. Now, this kind of thing, see what's going on. Watch out for like the wrong sort of repetition. If that makes sense. Like when the reference goes deep, 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 deep. You don't copy that. Let's see, copies it. Do as I say, not as I do. Young Padawan. Yeah, we're not going to copy. We're aware. You got to remember these things. It's like, and then oil, black. As far as this goes, so we're measuring, but we're not measuring that exactly. This I don't need to be that harsh. There's, because I know it's like in the reference you can see it's all sort of confused. This scene reminds me of like kind of an Annecy, Francis Murphy type of thing. And there's little treels there, there's a lot of them. Might throw a few in. Sometimes I like to do it like this. Because, you know, rather than a bunch of making around with this and that, and you're trying to keep this, you're trying to do that, you know, it's better just put the whole thing dark and then decide where you're going to cut some sort of opening through it. Well, this oil's going fast. Yes, 27 degrees, that's hot. Like comfortable, that's Celsius, so I'd be freezing if that was fair. So just so if you're not that aware, I mean like a comfortable temperature is 20 Celsius. That's pretty much like your 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Notice how I get back on that brush handle a lot of times. That's why they give you these big long handles. You may have wondered, well, I don't need that big handle. Oh, it's short handle. Because I do everything like this. Don't do it. Well, so we got grasses. We got grasses here. And then we're going to have like some more tree things. Just make sure, I don't need everything like that with the T-square, but I know that's square. Alright, so enough with the black for now, the straight up black. See what I mean? Or whether I keep that or not is debatable, but so let's we got a big, yeah, so when you get a pile like that on your palette, look, just scrape it all up into something usable. Because what will happen is you keep going there and trying to get paint, and you get just like very little paint on your brush, and it's just a waste of time. I wonder if this will be enough paper towels to get through what I'm doing today. Huh? Out. Okay. Yeah. So there's some black paint in the brush. There's some oil in the oil deal. but I'm not adding any more pigments, so I've got it down like that. It's mostly just oil. Because we have these other like trees that are more fadey. See? I don't want to do this with black. And notice how I'm always changing up the angle of my brush. With me, it's intuitive. I just do it automatically. I get like a little prompting in my head. So say, why don't you change your brush, Rob? Okay, yeah, good idea. Good idea. By the way, bro is what New Zealanders' favorite thing to call it. Oh, mate for bro. Oh, well, in California, you know. Oh. Until I've been a little while phrase like since I use a computer. California go brah. Out here it's like boop. Hey boop. Boop. Like that. Okay, ooh, another little fadey one here. Fadey there. Gonna connect this up. And I don't really like how this guy's smack dab kind of in the middle. I've already decided that I like him though. I mean, I like that faded out tree. Gives some distance. There's a feeling of like haze, atmosphere. It's not making a lollipop. But I don't want it in the middle of the path. I don't want that. Oh, we got shadows. Shadows from the setting sun. Also, I think this is a mistake how this is all dark. They're not going to do it. I mean, it was the way it was in the photo, which is great. I am not going to do it. I get too crazy with the roads. Usually roads I keep pretty loose and random. You saying only the roads, Mike? Yeah, everything. Okay. I try and keep everything pretty loose and random. Not random, because there's a plan. But loose, because nobody wants to look at your tight painting. You say, no, don't bring up my mom again, man. Okay, I won't bring up your mom. She's the only one's going to like your super detailed paintings. That's true. Okay, so I did keep my pile of black here. I don't need every little much in detail or what have you here. Everything's connected though. I want things looking autistic. I really like the size too. This is a 7x14, in case you were wondering. Which is the same proportions as the 5x10. Right? What you're getting is like doubled, right? It's like the width is twice the size of the height. It just makes a really nice panoramic. I'm seeing a lot of glare. I don't know if you are. In fact, I'm feeling nice. You got how I broke it down. Let's zoom in. Hey, oh, whoa, nice. Hey, I'm getting some glare. Yeah, just from wet paint. Yeah, that. Kind of want to flatten things out. I want things sort of flat. I mean, I want a little bit of depth, but kind of depth that's working on a subdued, subtle type level. Yeah, I like that. All right, pretty good. Pretty good. Now, one thing is, like, we have in here this sort of transition-y area, which is like kind of umber and ochre, maybe with a hint of the purple. These shapes are coming together, working together. Sort of similar to this. Watch out for this. There's a big strong diagonal in the reference. Don't do it. Break it up. Break it up. Yeah, I like that. Okay, I'm going to take a little brief break here, and then we'll come back and we'll start throwing some color. 3:30 right now, so we'll see how much we can get done before I have to go in an hour and a half. Oh, and we're back. I didn't even notice we left, eh? Yes, this is actually first time I've done a painting this big since I've been here, and I can see we're getting lots of blowout at the top. So I think what I'm going to do is just put that light up higher. That should theoretically work, okay? Take these out so in case I need them to mess with my light. I was using this box for earth pigments, but now I'm just gonna do this. I'll see what we think. Oh, what an improvement! Oh my goodness. Yep. That's good. I can see. You can see. Everybody can see. Now, I am getting a bit of reflecciones, but how's that for you? A little more blowout-y. Some of that will go away as I get paint on. Yeah, and I have seen the comments from those of you saying, oh, your lighting changes because of the autofocus and da-da-da-da-da. And to be honest, without the autofocus, it looks like it's in focus to me in the screen, but it wasn't. I experimented with a bit of that when I first came over here, which really upset me because I did a whole painting session, and so I set what I thought was a good focus and did everything, and only to see everything slightly out of focus. Forget about it. And you're all right. So this yellow tone, and what brush are we going to use? That's what you're wondering. Well, we drew with the 4, but we're going to do a lot of this with the 6. Why? Because you need to scale up your brushes when you are doing larger paintings. Don't try and do a big painting like this with a bunch of little brushes. Get some oil. Here's the color. I grabbed some of this oil because I know it's going to drip. Why not? It's not quite dry oil or nothing, but I do like that. However, I want a lot more of this. Whoa, 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 too much. So kill it with that, which is going to make it kind of green, which we'll give some of that. I'll get back into some of this. We need some white. That's titanium white. Yeah, and then we got, of course, one reason I like to pre-mix my colors is because when you mix all your colors with your brush, you get these big buildups of paint on the brush, which is sort of a waste of paint. That's alright. Alright. And I might err on the side of a little lighter because what I can do is glaze. The thing is, like, to really hit that tone, I believe, is a glaze. Okay, there's a lot of great yellows you can get in skies with the glaze that almost impossible to get. Whoa, it's so bright. back into that raw umber. So bright. Kill color. Some red too. Umber, just darker. I like that. I actually really like that. Glasses off. What I don't want to do is get hung up in a bunch of stuff. Also, I want to make sure on this dark ground color that my paint's not too thin, because in 500 years, talk about your vanity, eh? 500 years, painting's gonna start. I won't even take off. Don't get me wrong. The painting the oil becomes kind of transparent with age. I think every paint does. Most paints, even light fast paints. Now keep in mind, you can definitely paint some little whatever's on there when it's second pass, probably, just to avoid a bunch of mud. This is actually a pretty good painting to be doing on a dark ground, I think, because the dark ground is very much the sort of colors that are in the painting itself. Out for that diagonal. There's a diagonal there in reference. Also, I opened up this area here. Sorry if you can hear that music. I'm not picking the music. It's music they like in the shop. Where my studio is adjacent to a shop, which I keep open. Maybe the channel. Out doing some other work. So, I don't know, I like to paint. I like things going on while I'm painting. I don't like lots going on, but I like stuff going on. I don't mind being interrupted. I don't particularly like working at home. I've done it. Especially when I first came out to New Zealand, I was doing a lot of that. But I just quit painting too, don't get me wrong, but much happier with something going on around me. Yeah, I like that. Now we don't want that same bright color off in the edges, because this rules that apply for Skyville definitely apply here, so we're going to wipe that off. And we're going to grab a big bunch of raw umber and some of this just to counteract the green. One of the main reasons that the permanent orange, see, you don't even detect that's much darker, do you? Not really. And you might not like hit you right off the bat, but if you made it lighter, that was going to be a problem. Not painting all these sky holes. Yeah, like I said, I want this flat. This one here, gonna need a bunch more. You already saw me pull the umber move and the orange move, so don't make me lift that palette again because my arm is tired. Yep, like that. Big brush gives you a nice feeling, quality, painterly quality. If you're doing all this with a little brush, first of all, it'll take you twice as long. Second of all, it'll look a lot less like a painting, look more like a photo made from a painting. Yeah, you don't want that. You know, I always feel I'm successful when people come in here and ask me about my work and say, do you work with photographic reference? Yeah, I do. But you couldn't tell right off the bat, which means I'm winning. I'm winning. Oh, I got that much lighter, didn't I? Just all of a sudden. It's all right. Be okay. This. So a lot of my shapes really change from the reference, but they remind you of the reference. That's the thing. So the reference is a jumping off point. There's one reason too I love to paint the same. That's the first time I ever painted this scene, but I like to paint scenes over and over and over. So I'm very mindful of sky holes. There's more sky holes down here and stuff. Yeah. A few here. Because you think, if I only put in more sky holes, my painting will be better because look at them, they're all in the reference. Yeah, I'm trying to help you. Yep, I like that. That's good. I like using the 6. This is a good painting to do today because I might get it done. Well, not done, but I might get that whole first pass done. That went quick. Why did it go quick? Big brush, eh? Some water, cheers. I don't have as many 6s here. Get some glasses on. Because I really don't see that well without them. Which is a real blessing. I got a bunch of 8s. Is that an 8 or a 6? Can't tell. That's an 8. Come here, you. That's a 6. I'm not getting into 8s. I don't want to get into 8s. 8 would be, actually, I could have used an 8 for some of the sky, except for there's not that much there. So, 6s are good. 6s are good. Now in the reference, I ain't zooming out. Go back to the beginning of the video. Whoa, he's so harsh. I don't like this channel. I want to go to that channel where the guy's nice. You go ahead. Go to the channel with the nice thing. He'll be back. Go to the channel with a nice painter. He's nice. He paints nice things. Nice advice. I'm here to help, but I do my thing. That's what we do on the channel. And as an artist, you should always be focused on that. Doing your thing, man. Don't worry what other people are doing. Don't even don't try and, well, you can try and paint like I paint if you want. I mean, I don't know if I'd set out to try and paint like I paint. I just can't get away from it, so. I've learned a few things, and I share pretty much everything I know with you. So, happy to do it. Yeah, Man, these feel like way more cut out. So kind of like I was saying before, I've mixed this intermediate tone. Let's get into some of that. That's got purple. That's got really well. I can see that. I've got some purple. Got a lot of raw umber. Got some yellow ochre. Now the ochre and the purple are complementary, so that kind of grays gives you an interesting gray tone. This is a lot of this painting is an exercise in that complementary thing, and I'm going to add some of my sky color into that mix. Yes. Now in the reference I'm looking at, there's like a little more purple, but I don't mind. And there's a lot of holes in the tree. I don't mind, I could put those in later. I just really kind of want to get it in as a flat sort of shape. Those pinky skies and what have you. Darken it, lighten it. That's the great thing about painting. You can do it all, but what I'm interested in is just getting flat things in. I want things to feel kind of flat. I kind of want these on the same plane, so I'm making them the same color. Notice I creep up on that. I don't go like this. I did that just for you. I'll break it up because I don't want that harsh edge. I'm going to change this up a little. Got some purple on my palette. Pre-mix that color. So let's be like shifting. Let's shift, modulate. Actually, I want to read more of that. Before I do that, yeah. Okay. I think I'll just go right into the purple. Modulate. See how nice the purple works into that? Really nice. I'm actually grab some of this. That's the color mix of purple, raw umber, and yellow ochre. I mean, that's. And then gray. That's some grays. The bottom here, I think, like. The 16th, I'm going to do the lame mass version though. Not the Tennessee early Ford version. This guy's lame version. Now, like up here, things start getting darker. I'm grabbing some of that. I'm going to grab some of this. I don't have much left. I'm going to give me some more. Oh, black. I was too handy right there because I knew there'd be a lot of it used. So I don't want that much chroma in there, so. I use a lot of the raw umber these days, kind of just on its own, but the reason I ever started was like, I saw it as the warm color killer. See how it killed the chroma there? And you can get in and do all kinds of jiggy stuff, but right now I kind of just want to keep things flat, not have them too complicated. Now that's the other thing I want to say, like, you know, you can always add complexity to your painting, but if it's overly complex early on, you're just going to be fighting an uphill battle. I want mine So it's kind of vague. And keep in mind, vague, that we can come in with sky color. We could plop in every sky hole in this photo reference if we want. I don't want. We could. I want to modulate there, so that's enough of that. This is actually much darker, but I think where these edges are, I might put some of that in. Kind of a stippling move. I'm making a bit of a push and jab kind of. This black is kind of broken up in the reference. I can always come in and restate it. Back, check out my work, and like I've done a bit of that purpley stuff. There's more down here too. I mean, I could try and cover it all. There is some here. The big brush is going to give you character strokes of the character that are going to be lacking in detail, and if you bear with me any length at all, time at all, you know how I feel about detail. I don't need it. It's funny though to me, people come into my studio and say, "Oh, your work is so detailed." Well, thank you very much. Thank you for that, because I know to them it's a compliment. But what they're perceiving as detail is brush fracture. Big difference. That's great though, because they're not thinking, "Oh, this doesn't have enough detail." Right? They're thinking, "Oh, this is really lovely." That's what you want. Hold your paintings. Back into some actual purple here. Why? Because I see some stuff here. And I'm thinking about it. Also, well, I kind of like semi-silhouette. Whoa. Now, I did leave all that out in my sky. I still got my sky brush. It's unperturbed. I don't want all this. Whoa, it's so bright. Number 2, the rescue. A little red. By red I mean transparent. It's a technique I don't usually do, where I just kind of bring the sky in like that. But I do it, and I do whatever I can, anything I can to get the effect I have. I don't know what to stand on. Here I was thinking of some more of this red. So actually I think what I'll do is grab some of this, grab some of this, some of that. Can you see that? Red. Let's see what I got down here. More red. Yeah, I'm going to go all the way into crimson because that burnt sienna tone isn't really cutting it. See, these reds they go, and you can see how I brought in all the other colors. So you can make these sort of shifts. And in the reference, there's a bit of greenish here, but I like this with the this tone. Keep in mind, maybe it's a bit of a mess right now, but what I don't want is like this really hard honest, this tone is like more here, going into more of a greenish quality, semi-greenish. These colors go together though, like where's one star and the other star. Here, I just don't, so I don't want to mince around these tree trunks. Like, I could come in and define them at any point in time, and I will. That's a hard lesson. It took a long time to learn. Don't be surprised if you gotta learn it too, even though you heard it from me. You heard it here. Oh yeah, I was mentioning old Dennis Sheehan on the channel today. Old Dennis has got, good old Dennis, I mean, but he's old. I don't know how old he is. A really, really good tonalist painter, modern tonalist, really one of the guys that, you know, is responsible for, if there's any kind of resurgence going on, you'd have to give him his due, because he's been doing it for years. And he's a good teacher. I love it. But someone was saying, oh yeah, he's not on YouTube anymore, and where he is, he's got like lessons on Vimeo. And it's like rent or own. I think they're like $80 or something. I don't know. Alright, so we gotta do this. Oh, that'll be fun. That I want real straight up purple, so I won't get into too much of this. Brush, get some control. Let's get into some of this. I think this color here, we have mix, is going to be perfect. Grab some black just to push it. And now what we had was shadows on the road. And then there's like this real pinky tone in the road, which is really pretty, but I've been thinking about that the whole time I've opened up this reference. And I've been thinking about talking to you about what we're going to do, but you want to see? I'll show you. See it? See that pink in the road? I'm going to kind of go there, but I ain't going to go all the way there, because it's going to stand out if we do. That's just some weird byproduct of my processing on the image, and I did like it. I mean, I like the color. In fact, sometimes I'll leave weird things like that in my painting. A little more gray. Cool it down. Purple, gray. Why am I adding the purple? Because I don't want this gray to be in isolation. You don't want your colors to go, that's wrong. Or umber. Purple. That's better. You don't want your colors in isolation. You don't want anything in isolation. By the way, this was originally quite low res reference. Doesn't matter. You can use low res reference. You don't need details, so I do like to have them. But if I don't, I can still do a painting. And then as we're getting in here, we gotta do a lot more raw umber. I'll just show you here, the grasses, and some red. I do like that, although I think I want a darker red to start around the edges. I'm going to kill some of that chroma with the black, and the other color, which is raw umber. Nice open painting. I know this is going to be good. So much so that, you know, I know I could paint it any time. It's been sitting there in my, I like a OneDrive. I use the OneDrive to move files between my studio and my home office, where I do a lot of my prep. Now, here, I think I'm going to get some actual proper ochres. We're going to see the road. And this is really is pretty dark right here. Like that. Alright. On the wood with brush. Time to scrape some of this off the palette. You know. When do I scrape? Well, I scrape when, you know, I've sort of, you know, concluded one bit, like I might scrape when I finish the sky, I might scrape when I finish these other elements. What am I doing? Just a bit of softening, a bit of blending, but not the kind of blending that's smeary blending. So, I think at this point, I think I want to go in and just pop in a few more real solid blacks. I wasn't going to bother because I'm pretty happy with the level of blacks that's in there. It's kind of a breathy black. I'm actually probably okay. But it's only going to take a minute, so we're going to get this drawing brush again, which only ever had black on it, so be careful about contaminating your blacks with other colors. Really easy to do. Also, it's like some stuff I said we could do. This kind of thing is what I'm always talking about, but I'm aware of it. See, I got a little black on my brush, but here I just want to a couple spots that are just going to be, I want really good solid black in them. Because of that wet yellow, I'm going to have limited ability to do much with that. A little more medium. That wet paint, you can use it to your advantage sometimes. Other times, just make a mess. Okay, remember what I told you. Interruptions are good. Boom. Losing our reference again. Actually, I was like, you know how they have those masterclass things on YouTube? You must, because you're watching YouTube now. This masterclass is, by the way, very economical. In other words, you're getting... well, let me tell you, if you paid me for lessons, this is what we'd be doing. This is, you'd just be sitting here, okay, maybe I'd have you do your own painting at the same time. It'd be about the only difference. I could do limited stuff with all this wet paint with the black. This black brush, and now we have all this purple stuff mixed, and now we're going to get into it. Here we go. Alright, that one. I honestly don't know how much different that is, so. Going to bring in some black. More black. And to get more black, I could keep adding black into this wet brush, wet paint. And I could use a whole half a tube and never be right. So if that's happening to you, wipe off your brush. So I wipe out my brush, I just go into the black and I bring the black in off the edge, you see? See? That's the way. Because I laid a little bit down here and it's just a little lighter than I want it to be to start. I just want to kind of do some little stuff in the shadows. Get some interest. Some medium. Now, if you do want to go over wet paint with wet paint, use more medium. That'll work. Well, that's better too because it's not that black. Don't overwork your stuff. Nobody wants to see it overwrought painting. Maybe you'll convince yourself it's good. Maybe your friends will. And say, oh dude, nice paint, bro. Oh yeah, you got it really good. Yeah, I think it is. Maybe it is. Maybe you're one of the few. No. Maybe you're one of the few that can just do the successful detailed stuff, overworked, overwrought, and it still looks good. It is possible. It's not likely, but it's possible. What are the odds? I don't know. 456,722 to 1. Alright, so this is a darker purple. Kind of underneath. I'd say the lady just came in and had the worst breath. Oh my god, she was like 2 feet away from me. Wow. Not that my breath's anything to write home about, sure. But some cases, some of this is taking the place of where there's sky holes. Are you liking it? Now, we don't want things getting all patchy and da-da-da-dee, and so sometimes I'll just even things out. So moves like this. Because I kind of like the big big shapes, and definitely got ideas for things I want to do in the second color pass. We got a lot more purple here to use, so moving on. That's kind of a ready tone. I'm going to go right in this actual purple now, and I'm going to load it up. I'm going to be a little more strategic with this. See how that's pumping, right? Big brush, giving us characteristic strokes. And a little more crimson into that. Crimson and purple all go together great. Doing all right. I had a feeling this would go pretty quick because, well, first of all, really, quite a lot's got to be done in the second color pass. Yeah, I'm not sure I like that. That was good. That was bad. I messed up. Oh my God, I'm a failure. Just go home. Or not. Remember, all your little failings on the painting can add up to just more character at the end of the day. It's like, I didn't want this overworked here. And so, what I recommend is, we are getting to a point where I feel like there's not much more I can do to this. I do have this other block of other color on here, which is kind of a reddish tone. And since we mixed it, may as well grab a bunch of it, throw it in there somewhere. So I think I was kind of thinking of areas like this. But see, it's pretty much like what's there already. It's not so bad to have bits of your painting with a little more heavy paint. I like it though, it's got that kind of clay feel to it. Now at some point this will be for sale in my store unless I put it in a gallery or something. I like selling things out of my store. I like selling direct. I wish I was better at the marketing and stuff. But maybe all that crosses the bear tree. If you're a painter, you probably wish you were better at marketing too. Okay, so I like this tone, but it's, the value of it's very much like what's there, so I'm going to just lighten it with some of this orange. And it's also going to give me some stuff that doesn't look a whole lot different than what's there. So I'm going to wipe off my brush and go into some ochre. That's pushing it much further. Point of difference. Oh yeah, we forgot about this. This is a perfect spot for that color. And that other one I mixed, which was, road. Now when you're painting roads, you're thinking to yourself, you'd be thinking, road. And like I have so many times in the past, they're going to bail on this piles of grass in the middle. I bailed quite a lot on that kind of thing. So And then I'm going to grab some of this gray here. Big bunch of black. Big bunch of this. Make me some muddy color. Yeah, that's too purple. I should have left up purple, but that's okay. More black will take care of all that. And I'm leaving my glasses on, but I'm definitely squinting right now. Just on the road. I'm going to have to do a little trick. So, top of the road, we're going to just think that there was something light there hitting. I don't know what that excess was hitting. Dappling. There's dappling going on. Okay? Don't question my authority. Yeah, some dappling here too. And a place where I'm just getting some straight up yellow ochre and some stuff like that. So it's all working because there's a ton of yellow ochre thrown in a lot of these mixes. So yellow ochre is definitely going to work. Here we want to indicate that it's a little bright for that spot, but that's okay. We can knock it out. Don't worry so much. A little water. Yeah. Sorry for the chair noise too. Sorry for all the distracting noises. You know, you could be the guy that donates $1,000. I'll get a new chair. It doesn't creak. The thing is, like the cheap chairs, I'm such a big guy that the cheap office chairs, the gas lets out on the, this little like pipe things. Maybe it happens to guys that aren't big guys too. I don't know. But I'm a big guy. And the gas lets out. I've gone through so many chairs in my time here in New Zealand. 10 years here, probably gone through like 6 or 7 chairs. So I have to buy high quality chairs. This one, the back ended up giving out on me. What are you saying here? Give me a few more sky holes before I walk away. I have some of that paint color. I got that brush. Still there. Like here. I don't want that too bright. Expressive with less detail. It's going to roll the day over excessively detailed. And well, the problem is, like, as you continue with your excessive detail, you lose the expressive quality, and so is the trade-off. Like that. You can only do so much where it's very dark. Although I have to say, I think it's probably easier putting light over dark when you're talking wet. and it is dark with the light. A couple more things here before we walk through. So this is getting into the area now where like I felt the painting was sort of at a good done stage. But what I'm doing now is kind of prettying things up a little, just in case I get wrapped around a pole on the way home tonight. I won't be too embarrassed. My ghost won't be too embarrassed by this painting being sold and going in someone's home. Does that make sense? Makes sense to me. One might say, well, geez, Mike, that's pretty dark. Yeah, I know. It's alright. It's dark, but you know, mortality is a fact. I think mortality is one of the reasons why artists do art. We're sending little mementos to the future. One of the reasons I got out doing graphic art, even though I was making really good money, much better money. And everything is, you know, temporary. Everything is like disposable. Everything is, you know, transitory. No one actually cares. They wear the T-shirt, or they drink the mug, or they look at your ad briefly, and they're done. Let's get a little Twinkie in there. But okay, we can do more of that later. I just want to get some things addressed. Don't bother me. A lot of times I just go in and rush it. I do like it. I do like a little bit of whatever that is. There was a clump of grass I was putting out that I wasn't going to do, and I still really kind of haven't. All that's really busy. That's what I'm going to do. See, I'm just going to go. Hi. How you doing?
Anything on the number plates?
No number plates. Yeah, you came in before. Yeah. No new ones. Yeah.
So you said Rainbow Relics lights?
I think you can go over there. Arthur's.
Oh, so just
across the street. Yeah.
Is there any other places that possibly?
Well, there's a place. There's the antique shop downtown on Vine, but I don't know if we get in that kind of thing.
Yeah, they usually have lights and stuff.
Yeah, more furniture based.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck. Yeah. See ya. Yeah, so what am I doing here? You're going, well, you're really messing up your work. Well, maybe so, but I feel like I don't want to paint it. It's the edge. I don't want real actual purple there. You're looking at it, you're going foliage. Foliage. Which is what you're supposed to do. So introducing a little randomness, because if everything is like so controlled in your work. I mean, it's going to be uncomfortable to look at it. No one's going to want to look at it. Down here.
How much are these rings?
The rings range from 95 to like 400. Yep.
I guess from that hematite one.
Which one's that?
Oh, the one with the hematite.
Hematite. Yeah, that one has 400 bones.
One? What's the one to the right?
This one.
The one just over here.
Oh, that's actually 3 rings.
Oh, it's 3 rings.
Yeah. I think that's 125. So that's 3 rings. Yeah.
Oh, that one's probably just so bulky. Yeah.
That's like very concrete.
Yeah, that would make more sense. Well, then, yeah. That about the stones.
Yeah.
Now about the gold.
Yeah. Did you get a girlfriend or something?
Yeah, I got her a cool one last year. Well, I keep looking at different Christmas presents and I want to get all of them because I like them all.
Yeah,
I'm bad making up my mind.
Yeah.
The one I got was it's a knot. It's essentially what it is. It's a knot.
Yeah, nice.
It was pretty cool.
Still look like that way to go.
It was sterling, so it was good. It wasn't like helping.
Yeah.
Which isn't even a meal.
Yeah. That's everywhere.
Yeah, we have girls in Spain, so we have a lot of Americans come in and ask how they say this and things like how they make it. Any day. Yeah. We've heard one is like instead of diabetes, but there's
Let's say diabetes. Yeah, most of them were like.
There was one I came in for and it disappeared the next day and I was so upset.
No, that's a good
thing. It was zirconium and diamond. It was like 140 or something.
Wow.
Not a silver ring though.
Right.
So cool.
Well, we got interrupted, but that's cool because basically it's good for now. It's done, you know. I'll zoom in a little bit more for you here. It's not totally done, but it's done for now. It looks, I'm really happy with it. I'm looking at it in the camera. I think it looks awesome. I'll take this home. I'll put this up tonight. It'll be not that long. Hey, that's cool. Yeah, always nice when they come together. And like if it's strong, what's that? Ooh, well, whatever. Yeah. Like when I say it's done, I should really stick to that. Anyway, we can do a ton of things to this one, and all this is dry. yeah, so I'm not gonna overdo things right now. Pretty happy. The road, I'm gonna have to think about what we're up to here. Might just get rid of some of this noise because I don't want to have to deal with a lot of that. Also don't particularly like this dark shape here, so just going to kind of make that neutral and think about it. You're surprised, roads, you don't have to do much. I didn't even use that brush. I don't want to get that dirty. I think I can use my black brush. What I do is just right now kind of put a few grooves. We know this dirt road, metal road, going to have grooves in it. Okay. Yeah. Gotta cool down though, so put the beret back on. So we can just say thank you for joining me today for this lovely painting. I really should come up with titles now. I'm going to call this Dusk. I've already used Dusk Path in the title. I like Dusk Path though. Dusk Trail. I'm going to use the Dusk Trail. And thank you for joining me today. Thank you for joining me. Yes, very good of you. And I'll be back real soon with another video. Meanwhile, please do me a favor. Take good care of yourself. Zoom in a little. We your loved ones. And stay out of trouble.